Hi there, I want to tell you a story. It happened about 16 years ago, and I actually have a map and I want to show you about it. It was a journey that my wife and I took from the borough of Downingtown, where we live right here in a little row home. And we got on the Route 30 bypass. We came all the way down 202 to the Chester County Hospital. We were coming to the Chester County Hospital to have a check on my wife and our daughter, whom she was pregnant with. And it turns out that we were going to have a baby that day. And that changed everything. Now, in our minds at the time, we were thinking, holy smokes, we need to buy diapers. We need to figure out how to feed this thing. We need to figure out how to take care of this thing. I need to figure out how to change a diaper. I mean, that was a big deal for me. And we had all these immediate concerns. And they're important. Like the kid had to be fed, the diapers had to be changed. Those immediate concerns had to be met. But the reality of it was they were very small things in light of an unbelievable transforming moment in our lives. See, we had become parents, and we are forever different for that drive to Downingtown or that drive to Westchester, as well as the two others we took. I'm now into musicals, and I now run, and I have daughters, and they are like teenagers, and they're tall, and they're full-size people. Anyway, our lives are forever different because of that drive to Westchester. I think you know where I'm going. We as a church are preparing to launch and literally become the baby, become that new child. And the truth of the matter is, our community may very well be forever different because of that. We have immediate concerns. We have immediate challenges. I sit here in the Project 938 worldwide headquarters. I think that's hilarious. And there's the Route 202. Anyway, so we have immediate concerns. We got to set this thing up. We got to tear this thing down. We want to have an amazing children's ministry. We want to reach people through middle schools. We have a lot of things we would love to do. And we're going to meet these immediate challenges. But I want to remind you that we will not be asking the same questions we were asking a year from now. In fact, dozens of years from now, it's very likely that nobody's going to remember any of our names. But the cascading impact of the decisions and the faith we are employing right now will be felt for generations. Think about the people who've launched some of the great churches around here, like Willowdale Chapel 60 years ago. People, we don't know who those people were. But our lives are forever different because of their faith. Think about it, hundreds, even thousands of people have been affected by the faith of a few. That could very well be true for us as well. And for that reason, because of how significant what we are doing is right now, I want to do something over the next several weeks. I want to walk us through a story in biblical history that has very similar parallels. In the book of Joshua, Joshua is given the reins, and he and the people are to enter by faith into the promised land to claim all that God had promised him. And I'm going to go just literally verse by verse, chapter by chapter over the next several weeks. Short little devotionals just like this. I'll give you one just verse right now. Right out of the beginning. God is saying to Joshua, I've given you every place where the sole of your foot treads, just as I promised Moses. And I will be with you just as I was with Moses, and I will not leave you or abandon you. Right here we have a promise that God was going to be with Joshua, and God's going to be with us as well. And God gave Joshua the promise that he is going to give him everywhere he has the faith to go. Now in our story, and the way we parallel it, I'm not Joshua, none of us is Joshua. Jesus is the true Joshua. Jesus is the true church planter. But as we follow him by faith. Follow him by faith. And I want to challenge your faith. Are you believing God to do a great thing through this church plant? Are you believing God to reach your friends, to see your children grow up and thrive? Are you seeing him? Have the faith to see him reach people that you wouldn't expect him to reach? William Carey famously said a long time ago, expect great things from God, attempt great things from God. Are you expecting something great through this? I hope you are. And I hope you attempt something great through our church plant. Thanks for listening. See you at the next session.